Welcome to part 3 for my labor and delivery story. So I remember as I am on the operating table, the C-section, table, gosh, there's so much I wish I could have seen, but also I'm glad I didn't. And I remember the surgeon, I think he's the OBGYN doctor that was on call, that was, assisting me, throughout the night and stuff. I think he was on call during the night is what it was. And anyway, I guess he did my C-section. Is that right? Or maybe, I don't know. I think so. Anyway, whoever it did, whatever man it was, whatever doctor, I remember him saying like he didn't like it, so he was like redoing it, I guess. I'm like, oh great. What do you mean? I don't know how many, like, I couldn't feel anything, thank goodness. And I don't remember, it seemed like it was rather quick for like getting all, stitched back up, and I didn't realize this, but thankfully, my C-section incision is so low that, like a bikini, a swimming suit will cover it up, right? Which, didn't they used to be, vertical instead of horizontal? I don't know. They must, thankfully with, medicines and technology and procedures, we advance and we get better. Usually, not always. So it's like I'm grateful, but at the same time I'm like, I have this scar, and yes, I wouldn't change it for anything because, that's how Maverick came here. My son was delivered through a C-section, and I'm very grateful. But it doesn't dismiss the fact that it's not what I wanted, and it's still hard, and sometimes there's like complications there a little bit. And anyway, so I was finally wheeled back into our labor room, and they're like, you're ready to go into the recovery, recovering the other's wing, for after you've had your baby. And so we I think people are like, oh, in the hallways and stuff as they saw us. I'm just, proudly like, here's my baby. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we did it, he's here. And I'm trying to do like skin to skin contact, but I feel like I didn't do enough of that. Because I was wanting to, because my hands are always cold, literally I feel like my whole life, and I was always terrified, like, when I have my baby, my hands are always so cold, I'm gonna freeze my poor baby. And Donovan's hands are always warm. Like, is that a guy and a girl thing? Like, men just always have warm hands and this woman always have cold hands? I don't know. So, so I feel like I failed that, and I feel really bad, and like I should have done more of that. So we're, I'm working on nursing him, and I'm like, I can finally eat. Can I please have some food, and some fluids? I was so like, you don't know how grateful that you are when you've been, so long, this extended period of time with nothing. And the hospital food, I have to say, is actually pretty good. I don't think I'd ever had hospital food before. And it was, and I feel like our duration at the hospital, it felt like it was like a whole week long. Maybe it's because, I'm sorry, I'm watching my toddler's on the baby monitor here. He's okay if I heard something. It felt like we were there for like a whole week, but we were only there for like, we asked to actually extend our stay for another day because I was in excruciating pain. Like, I had to clench and grab, just pop my knuckles unintentionally, but like, that's how I do it, but I can't, I just remember staying in there the whole time. I never left my room once. My husband was able to go down to the cafeteria, get stuff for him. I'm sorry, but by the way, like, why can't hospitals provide food for spouses, for us moms in the hospitals? Like, why isn't that part of anything? Like, hello, excuse me, it should be. But the cafeteria had some great food for him. But, like, no, that is the cafeteria. Wait, what? No, like, what am I thinking? There's hospital food, and then there's like other, like, I'm confused. I like I said, I never left my room. I don't know. I'm confused because I've heard like cafeteria food is like really great sometimes, but then it's not. But he had to buy it, but like, and he had different food than I did. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, back to it. So I was able to get, it was some, I guess, narcotics, because the pain was insane. You know, this is a new pain now from, you know, surgery. And by the way, I always said I would take a C-section over an episiotomy any day. Ugh. And I asked my OBGYN, I was like, that's not a thing. You don't, like, how many do you do? And she was like, you know, like, it's so slim. It's rare. And I'm like, okay, we're going to exhaust every other resource possible, because I'm not doing that. That is not happening to me. Thankfully it didn't. So as I'm working on nursing, that was a struggle. I couldn't get him to latch well. I had to have a lactation consultant, nurse lady help me multiple times. I got to the point of tears, like, the next day, because did we leave Monday? I think. You know, and we had, you know, the pediatricians coming in. The one that I guess was going to be a pediatrician, we asked if we could actually have this other man as a pediatrician, because we just didn't like the first choice. Sorry, just and I remember them coming in and out, you know, like, I don't know, every half hour, gotta check your vitals, gotta check your baby's vitals. I'm just like, you know, I'm exhausted, I'm in pain, I'm figuring out mama life, you know, like, oh my gosh, like, was that really necessary? And then they were doing, like, the test to check his hearing, and I didn't want that. I was like, I get that you need to make sure that my baby's safe and healthy and okay, but you're doing all these procedures. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what do you, I didn't even know, like, was it loud sounds? Like, how do you know as you're hooking up to the computer and all this stuff? And I'm just like, I was so worried for our son. And I remember, like, they were doing it anyway. They were up, you know, with taking care of us and everything, and making sure that we're well and healthy and safe, and monitoring pain and stuff. And by the way, okay, this is TMI, but supposedly you poop when you are in labor, and I didn't. I farted though. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't feel it come out. It just slipped out, and I apologize. This is so bad. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is? But anyway, they're like, obviously it's normal. You know, how many babies do they deliver? It's just part of what happens. And I just remember, like, I couldn't, you know, have a bowel movement for quite some time, and I can't swallow pills, so they're giving me pain meds and everything. They're crushing stuff up and giving me liquid stuff, and so I'm grateful for that. But I remember it was like on our, like, last day or something like that, like, they stopped coming in and checking on us, and like the thing, like, laundry was piling up, and the trash, and like, they didn't bring us a meal, and I'm just like, what did we do? Like, why did they stop caring for us? So my husband was able to go out to the nurses and, you know, smooth things over and just respectfully ask, like, Hannah, what happened? What's going on? And they were like, you know, they kind of apologized, and they came back, and then things were back to normal. But I'm like, well, were we there too long? I'm sorry, but I had a C-section. I'm in major pain. I'm a first-time mom. And I remember getting to see my OBGYN the next day, though, and, you know, she's like, yeah, we can extend the day, it's okay, and it's everything, you know, and congratulations. And so I just remember just being this very long, you know, it just felt like forever being there, but we were so excited to finally go home, and he was doing well. He passed his tests. I think he failed them at first, and I had to try him again, or something was going on. And I do remember having postpartum for a lot of Maverick's, you know, first year, maybe for the first 8 to 10 months. It was really bad, and I don't remember a whole lot of him being an infant. Like, I just remember, you know, losing so much sleep, and, you know, just not being used to this, but loving it, but also it was so hard. And so anyway, there's just questions I have about, like, if I have another baby, I don't want to do some of these things again. I want to do better. And I just felt like after as soon as the IV went in, I was doomed to do it the way that they wanted, and the things that I didn't want. And I just, it's like, obviously some things can't be helped, but I just want to have, if I have a second child, I want things to go better, if possible. You know what I mean? So I just want to know how relatable this is to you moms. What was your stories? What was it like? Did it go the way you planned? Did it not? And it just seems like, I just wonder how true it is that these C-sections are actually needed. I feel like I know countless stories where they're like, yeah, you gotta have a C-section. Like, is that really true? I have my doubts, I have my qualms with the medical community, but I'm also thankful for them, and so grateful for, you know, everything turned out the way it was supposed to, and I praise God for that. And Maverick is well and thriving, and we are too, you know. But it's such a traumatic story, and I still feel like I'm healing. So yeah, so anyway, okay, my phone is about to die, but yeah, that's my story in a nutshell. I feel like there's a lot more that I'm forgetting. I did make a vlog on one of my YouTube channels, and I made some TikToks and stuff. But yeah, that is my story. Labor and delivery of Maverick James Laster. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.